years, I think.
Wow,
20
Patty.
that I
Okay.
love your information because you're
Okay.
very good with your map.
Um, all right, so it looks like we could be live.
Says
Said
this
live.
meeting is being live streamed. Okay.
And hit okay.
Wait,
All right.
getting some feedback. Can you guys see me and hear me okay?
Yes. Can you hear? Is there feedback on our end?
No, it looks like
I
it's
can
okay
hear
now.
everyone.
Good.
Um, so it's good. So I can push live, right? Wait,
Yep.
it
Yeah.
does stay.
We're ready.
As soon as it says
Mhm.
go live, then I'll push live.
It said the
Um,
meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
oh yeah.
That's what it says. So.
Mm,
Oh, that's good that I can't hear the dogs barking.
Yeah, we're live.
okay, we're
We're
live.
live right
Okay.
now.
All right, you guys.
Hello.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us tonight, you guys. This is Anuhazi with Christos Avatar TV. We're going to mix it up a little bit differently. We have a couple of interviews, or we'll just call it a conversation tonight. Could you ladies please introduce yourselves, starting with Patti?
Hi, I'm Patti Paparrazzi, and I'm just here, starseed, bringing in the frequency and doing the grid work and inner healing. And I'm here to talk about everything and anything.
Thank you
Spiritual
so much.
awakening.
Mhm.
And Patty's been a member for a while, and she's been a great supporter on my channel. So truly grateful for you, Patti. It was an
Thank you. You're
honor
welcome.
to meet you in person too.
Yes, it was. Absolutely. It was great.
Christy, introduce
Uh,
yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Christy Campbell, and I started my journey after my awakening in 2013 after my Karuna Reiki master class. It opened up all the doors of my mind, and that's when I started having all these memories of the super soldier, the alien stuff, the light language, and all of that started just flooding in. Not all at once, kind of slowly, so I would have time to kind of process everything. So I started open a YouTube channel and doing videos. So now I do like sessions and all that too. But so it's just kind of expanded over time.
I'm sure
Yeah.
this is probably an ongoing thing. I'm sure it's going to keep on developing, right?
Yeah, definitely so. And reaching more people like you too as well. So
Mhm.
we kind of learn through each other as well. So that's good. I love
Yeah.
your videos and everything. So that's real helpful seeing all the ET races and because a lot of people don't know the names and all of that. So that's really helpful.
Yeah, thank you very much for that.
Mm-hmm.
I focus a lot on the inner Christos law of one teachings. And so a lot of the ETs that I share are coming, out of that teaching. But what's interesting, it cross references from SSP information, secret space program, disclosure information. I see the same things being talked about by some of the other whistleblowers. And so that's just bolsters that more and more. So,
Yeah, definitely.
so,
Mm-hmm.
um, and so both of you, Patty, you too, right? You've had some type of let's start with you. Early experience, or what type of experience with energies or
Near
beings?
so I had a near death experience. That's the main thing that woke me back up and brought me to the connection. I had like the accidental lines. I was like felt like electricity. I
How long
thought
ago?
I so this was in 2019 in
Wow.
October. Yeah, and so then I started to think back cuz my mother, I lost her around 2000 and on Memorial Day 26 years ago. And several months after that, she came through the roof as a very shining white angelic, and she came down and her hand was on me, and we were telepathically connecting. And then I felt the presence of another young child, and that was what I was saying to her, that I was sad that I had missed, that I lost a child. So I realized that I had, gifts to tap into the other side. And as I started to watch more of your information on Kelonic science and the God sovereign free law of one and Christ consciousness, I just started expanding in consciousness, and had so many more experiences, as well as having to protect myself from because as you activate your gifts, you're actually becoming more light, and then you're getting more open to attacks. So you have to really protect yourself a lot. I found that to be on my journey, like you're doing, to do this like daily, like showering, but I do it at morning and night. And I also use a bath and shower water for healing and protection too, as well.
Wow. Yeah. I think actually just being exposed to this teachings, that starts an activation right away.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely. The
so,
words alone, because they're electrical, and then you
mhm,
feel it, the piezo electricity, and you're like, wow, because
yeah.
now it's something new. You've never been taught this all your life. You've been lied to. I went to indoctrination school, 12 years of Catholic school, right?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
did Bible study, and I studied it word from word and knew the basic and everything. And I was just like, wow, I can see through the whole veil now, after I went to the other side in my near death experience, and realized it was like a door I opened and just closed. And then here I am. I'm like, what? Then I
Mhm.
realized the holographic universe, the multi-dimensional aspects of myself in multiple, parallel realities. And you're
Mhm.
like the 144 all, selves, oversouls and higher
Yeah.
selves and rishi being goddesses. So I'm like, this is a lot of information, but it is drove me to just keep going. So I'm
Yeah.
writing books about everything, all my experience of how I woke up and what I see, especially with the ether energy and the veil. So the plasma beings are all around me. They respond to me by thought, because light is intelligent, Keylonic science, we know, and patterns and sacred geometry, and the just telepathic connection. It's all around us. The world is alive, and the new earth is shining, you know. But there's also the fallen earth too,
Yeah.
that we talk about. And so that I call the God sovereign free consciousness and the AI consciousness. They're both like
Mhm.
very, alive, you know.
Yeah. Thank you
The
for
sad
sharing that.
thing, one more thing, the sad thing is Amazon is building these data centers that I'm not understanding,
Mhm.
that are using a lot of water supposedly, to filter data through and there's nobody that works there, maybe like 10 workers, but the building is like a mile, like it is so big. Because I'm a barber, so I cut about 25 heads of a day of hair, and next thing you know, I'm having 25 conversations, and I'm learning all this stuff as I'm healing with my hands as I work on their hair and stuff.
Yeah. There's also hand chakra and fingertip chakra. That's something that's going to be
Big.
hands-on, touching, plus you're in the person's aura field when you're right
Oh
next to
yeah.
them.
Yeah, the visions will come right to me, and I'll be like, "Oh, you're headed to Atlantic
Yeah.
City, right?" And they're like, "Hell
Yeah.
yeah, I'm on my way." And I'll
Mm.
be like, I feel like the beach right now." He's like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Wow, this is cool."
that
So,
Yeah.
is cool.
but I do also ask, because they're oversouls, and I say, "Oh, do you?" Because we have to make sure that we, what's the word you always say?
Get
I do.
permission.
Yeah, but you say this like I. Holy crap! I'm having a brain fart. Anyway, let's talk about to you now, because you're very good at this. You have your own YouTube channel, and you're a big time speaker. You're very good at what you do, and you have a lot of capabilities and gifts and psionic talents. And I'm very inspired by you and all the books that you're writing about your stories, as your creativity is flowing with all your artwork. And we're so much alike. So Christy and I are drawn to each other, and we realized we're star sisters. We're up on the Palladian ship right up there.
Well,
See
that's what
that?
happens. We all find each other, and it's kind
Mhm.
of like a coherence. We kind of like resonate at a certain frequency, and that's why we find each other at events, online, through wherever. And so we'd
Mm-hmm.
love to hear from you, Christy. What was kind of like at the beginning of your experiences, more in detail than what you said at your intro? So.
Yeah. So like at during my Reiki, I started taking the Reiki. Well, my son, he's severe autistic, level 3, so that's what got me to start taking the Reiki class, so I could help him kind of calm down, because he's really hyper. So I started taking that in 2011, and then 2013, the Karuna Reiki master, and then she gave me that fire serpent symbol, and that awakened all of my Kundalini energy. And I didn't know that what that was then, but I just started kind of becoming where, like before, I was like at the doorway, wanting more experiences or intuitive abilities and reading a lot, but it just wasn't opening like the door. And then after that, it just kind of opened up, and I just started being able to like pick up more images, I guess, because it's the Reiki, and we see the images in the auric field when we're doing the distant Reiki, so we can help in that way. So I get images of stuff, but I can continue on with the like if you tell me a vision of yours or so, then I can see what you're saying, or maybe help with more expansion or something like that. So it just kind of opens up. But I just kind of relax with it. But so with the Karuna Reiki though, that goes to the very core of where the trauma began. And so all my trauma started coming out and for me to face, and all this SSP stuff. I didn't even know about the SSP stuff before this, or even alien abduction stuff. I didn't even think of that before. So it all started kind of coming. I was still scared to look at alien stuff, thinking I would even be abducted, you know? So it all started unfolding, and I was gravitating toward light language videos, and then the super soldier talk with James Frink. I kind of started gravitating toward that, and then the cosmic disclosure stuff. So I was resonating with those things first, and then I got the book on the star ancestors of with all the Native American petroglyphs, and I'm Native American, so I just kind of felt like I don't know. At first, I was like drawn to New Mexico, to the Shiprock place, and it's in Farmington, New Mexico, and I just was seeing like that's like a portal there, that monument, and I felt kind of like a guardian of that land. I felt like a giant. So I've always wanted to go there, and we're going in September finally, like a
Really?
dream come true. Yeah, with the Tyler Journey to Truth, they're having that tour there for the Four Corners. So that's a dream come true for me, to go there and see the ancient sites, the Chaco Canyon, and but seeing the petroglyphs, that's what started me drawing like the ETs, and just kind of seeing that, and I don't know, like the ant people or the mantis is what I've always been drawn to the most out of the, if you're looking at like the reptilians, or however, I'm always like the praying mantis or the ant people, that's who, or the grays too, but they're not the negative grays. They're more like the medium height, kind of neutral to kind of friendly. To me, they are, because I feel like my son is a little bit of a gray, has that genetics, because he's autistic and leaves his body a lot. But so anyway, that kind of helped him some. I'm sure it did help him more than I realized, but just having the symbols within me and everything, and I would try as much as I can to do healing on him. And so he's really the one who kind of inspired me to do that part of it and awaken. And then through learning, it's just been me and him. So um, I've learned to just take things really slowly. So because he has a hard time talking, and like 5-year-old, and he's 21 now. So yeah, I've learned a lot through him, through just kind of slowing down, and um, being able to communicate with him, and like letting go of my ego too. So it just kind of allowed things. So that's where I've kind of come to. And um, I just try to share my experiences and memories, and, help awaken others with my memories. And hopefully some awaken. And if they don't, maybe have questions, or maybe it's for later on too, So yeah, that's why I like making the videos, so then they can watch them or find them 5 years or 10 years later down the road too.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
always okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask
Absolutely.
you, Christy, you said you watched Cosmic Disclosure. You saw
Yeah.
Emery Smith?
Yeah, at the conference.
Well, I mean, oh yeah, he was at the conference too.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
But I meant when
They're on the thing. Yeah, on
he
Costco.
was talking in the network Gaia about the ant people, and he talked about them as being very benevolent. And I want, and you mentioned the mantis people, so same thing. He says a lot of the insects are very full of love, even though a lot of us think they're all going to be evil, you know.
Yeah.
But is your experience positive with those beings?
Yeah, it is. It's more positive. And
Look,
like my
I opened right
like
to this page.
Yeah,
yeah,
there we go.
yeah, like my spirit guide here is Olympus, and but
Oh,
he's
right next to
been
you. Yeah.
yeah, he's been with me, and
What's
then I
his
have
name?
a Olympus,
Okay.
like telepath, like Olympus, and then I have a tall gray that's Ingo. And I think they kind of help me with my son too, because he's more alien to this world and stuff. So, but my experiences with the mantis has always been like my teacher and like a almost like a scientist kind of that way. But he also gives me a lot of messages and the light language stuff too for writing, because sometimes I'll just get like just a big download of just
Hmm.
needing to get a whole pad of paper, and I just go
Yeah.
forever until it stops, so I can fill up a whole book in a week almost sometimes, and then it just stops like uh and then that, okay, I guess I'm not getting anything now because it just stops. So I think he does give me those codes, and
Wow.
because I do ask for the codes,
That's
I
your book,
ask.
huh? Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I hand draw, and then I also put them into the AI as
Are
well, so
those
I can.
hybrids? Is that a hybrid I see?
Well,
Pretty
the
awesome.
yeah,
This is all her original artwork, all from all her like how many years? Like 12, 15 years, right?
yeah, since
20 years?
well, I've always drawn all my life, and like people
Mhm.
and stuff like that, and but then
Yeah.
I just started drawing the ET species, but different ones. I'll ask for
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely
So
insectoids.
yeah, a lot of
Did,
insectoids.
did you
And
see my video I just released about the Athean praying mantis?
uh-huh, yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. How their
Positive
head
guardians.
looks too. How their head is like that. I've had pictures of that where their head is the antenna's gonna go like that too. So
Oh,
I've
really?
drawn those before. Yeah, I love them. Yeah,
I
I
just did
can.
that intuitively. And there was some movie, it's kind of like a soft disclosure movie where the kid is taught to, I don't know, he met this queen insectoid being, and it was, to me, it was very emotional, very
Mhm.
strong just to see that
Hmm.
scene. Why? It makes me think why, but we have these connections.
Yeah,
And so it's something that
you feel it
you,
in your heart.
yeah.
You feel it. And they're
And
really graceful to have. It's what I feel like, a really graceful kind of
yeah.
frequency. So you just
It's
feel overwhelmed with their love, and uh they just kind of move really slowly too, or is kind of how I feel with some of them. And then some of them give the download, but it's fast, and when they're
Yeah.
writing and teaching, but it's really graceful how they move, it seems
Hmm.
like. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Patty, thank you for that so much, Chrissy. That's very amazing.
I
I
was going to
mean,
say because that's in your DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Just like her alien,
mhm.
the ant, right? Tell us about your ant, the ant DNA.
With the ant people, there's
Oh,
several.
can you tell
Yeah,
us
go
like
ahead.
when was first? Like, did the ant people come after that experience or before? And around what year?
With the ant people, it's been more recent because probably I think in 2023, I had a dream of being on Mars as an ant person, and
Wow.
yeah, and I seen James Rink and Tyler Kovala, as I
Mhm.
recognized their energy signature there, and we were little ants like on different colonies on Mars, and it was being bombed, like there was just all kinds of scattering ants everywhere, and it was just chaotic, and so we
Oh,
was
they were killing them. They were
uh-huh.
killing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who was killing. It was like it was coming in through the things. It looks just like the ant hills, so it's just coming through
Wow.
the top, and just everywhere, though it was just coming down, not just one place, and they were scattering. And so us three, it's just random. I don't know, but it was just us three that found like a platform area. It was like I guess this was like the main area that we're supposed to go to if there's like where you need to evacuate. And so we were trying to tell everybody, like, come here, come go to the main center. It's like a tornado shelter kind of place right there, where you would go to if there was an emergency. And then, but they were running everywhere trying to get their babies and find everybody, stuff like that. And then
So
so we were
did
the
you
only
see,
three.
you saw yourself as an ant being?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, I see through what my eyes would, like my eyes. But it is all ants. It's like those little red ants. Yeah.
Do you
And
have
it's
like
A
lifetime
book for that
memories?
too.
the whole lifetime.
Like,
I could expand it
I
if I
mean,
kind
what's
of
it like
know.
being an ant, right? What's it like being an ant?
Yeah.
I didn't even dream all of that part of it because
Oh,
we were
okay.
leaving. Yeah, we were leaving to come to Earth is what we did,
Hmm.
So I could go reverse it and look at the other way and find, how that would look like and everything too. But
So,
this journey is this us on that platform, and then we just like waited on everybody, and then they wasn't coming. They wasn't getting on the thing with us. So it was like we got to go, and then we just went through this Stargate kind of. It was like a jump gate almost, or a Stargate too, and then
portal. Yeah.
it just took us to inner Earth. Is where, but we didn't know really where we came out because it's kind of traumatic evacuation, and
Yeah.
then had to make our way around and
Hmm.
figure out where we were. So,
Hmm.
but I think I was like a male ant,
I
is what
see.
I feel, and they were male ants as well. So it's like we was maybe team leaders or something that we kind of knew to go there, but everybody else was kind of in chaos. So that's what I feel with that. And then so yeah, and I
So,
expanded on that part of it.
so that could have been a negative human faction that attacked, right? That's something they're
I
trying
was
to.
feeling like it was like Draco or something
Oh,
like that.
Draco. Okay.
Yeah, feeling like something with I kind of see something with that, or
Hmm.
maybe hybrid Draco or something, with that. So, but I feel like it's happened multiple times with the ants that they made some of them lived and stayed there and rebuilt up, and then that happened again or something. So that's what I kind of see with that. But like when we came to Earth, and we had to find our way to the surface of Earth, and found some humanoid. They look more like the Neanderthals. What I found online that they kind of looked like. And then I was seeing, I can go on, or if you want to ask me questions with that, or however, with that.
Patty, was there something you wanted to say? Or
Oh, no, no. I want her
oh,
I
okay.
love listening to her talk because she has so much information, and you should see her artwork of the ants and all the colonies and stuff
Yeah,
like she does
yes,
amazing
But
thank you.
The
yeah.
Neanderthal thing,
Yeah,
that was
kind
one of your lifetimes you were seeing? An
no,
inner
like we were in our Earth, and then so
Okay.
we had we're more, we have still our psionic abilities as the ants, and so we
Hmm.
made our way to the surface. I guess I was seeing too, like we had the with our third eye, we could, with our psionic ability, we could just like plow through, or maybe psionic open up the tunnels. So it
Hmm.
opened up, that's how that's kind of built this through their psionic abilities. And then came to the surface. And then there was just an awareness of what everything. They wasn't like primitive ants or nothing. They already kind of knew
Right.
what they needed to do, and then started kind of searching. Um, so they needed to uh, rebuild their population as ants, and expand and everything. So they went up to the surface, and then there was those Neanderthal cave looking cavemen, cave women, and all that, and uh they were pretty like warrior, like scary looking. They were scared of us, because we were ants walking to
Yeah.
them like that. And yeah, and I was feeling like I was kind of asking them, because I kind of merged with it too again, and ask like, how did you communicate with the Neanderthal? Because all this part wasn't in my dream, only them leaving was, so I was just figuring all of that part. And then they brought those humans, some of them down into the to their, like, it was like a science lab colony kind of that they've started, but they were wanting to get their DNA so they could start making hybrid ants with, you know, with their
Mm.
DNA and start kind of expanding it. So that's what they were kind of wanting to do. And then, but they would take them and I think, I don't know if they made them sleep, because I see that. And then I also see that they were there and kind of maybe drunk a little. So I see different scenarios. So maybe they did different things so they wouldn't try to escape or something like that too, or beat up the ants, because they have like clubs and stuff
Hmm.
and weapons. That's what I was seeing. So yeah, and then they would keep their DNA in container things like that, and then they started expanding all over the Four Corners area, and then all over the United States and just different areas. They would just keep growing.
Is that why you
So,
want to travel there?
well, the ants thing is when I first woke up, then I was
Mhm.
most drawn to there, to that. So I feel like that is, I feel like that is why, with the ant people.
Have you already been there?
Never. No, I
Okay.
haven't. So this would be the first time. Yeah, because I've had my son with me, so it's not
Mhm.
safe just me and him to drive that, because I'm in Oklahoma, so it'd be like
Oh yeah.
11-hour drive. And he's violent, you know, he gets like violent streaks. So it's not safe for me to do that. And
Right.
so yeah, I never did until now. Now he's in a group home and safe there and all that and happy. And now I can live my life now at
He's
50 years
21,
old.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
now me and Patty are both 50 this year. So
yeah.
we're starting to live our life.
Woohoo!
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know what Patty told you, but these teachings talk about a lot of children who have ADHD or AD. What's the other one? ADD.
Autism,
Yeah.
ADD.
ADD and yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of them are indigo type threes. And so it sounds like it would be like you're probably an indigo and your son's an indigo. Maybe it's part of your lineage too.
Yeah.
And having all these secret space program type of experiences, memories returning, it all makes sense when you think about it, because usually it's the indigos that are targeted or chosen. They don't want normal humans. They want
Right.
the ones that have the higher
Normal. Yeah.
consciousness. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to learn
Uh,
more about that with the
so
indigos,
yeah,
1, 2, and 3. Is that all? That's what it is, 1,
yeah,
2, and 3.
yeah.
that's
And
what I
then
was gonna say.
my
Yeah,
son would be a 3 or what?
yeah.
Well, your son may be well, I think it's the threes that have the ADHD and,
Yeah, so
but,
I'm an indigo 3, and I have the Nephilim consciousness and the
oh,
Orphan
wow.
consciousness,
Okay.
right? And I have many stories, and I'll write a book on that because that was a struggle when you don't know. And
Hmm.
you are through the first person that gave me the information. And then I started to study Ashiana Dean
Hmm.
and just all her workshops and her books. But mainly it's like
What's
that's
the one? What's the
so
indigo one?
so I'm a 3 turned 1, but you're a 1. So tell her about a 1.
Well, there's three indigo types, and the third one has another soul essence with inside the body. So it's the Orifime indigo with the Nephilim, which is an Anunnaki, an ancient Anunnaki from like 1 million years ago. They caused all kinds of problems. I just made a video yesterday about the Nephilim. So there had to be some of them wanted to be rehabilitated. So that's where the indigo type 3 comes in. They're a healing matrix, but they have to live with this being in the
Oh,
same body. And so this is why those are kind of like an angel and a devil in one body.
I
You're going to have
see.
conflict.
Oh,
So if you don't have that kind of conflict, you would say it's more of an indigo type 2. It's all about spiritual awakening, helping other people to awaken. Indigo type 1 is more like the advanced one that's kind of like more doing grid work and is experiencing contact, experiencing the high level abilities and stuff. So,
mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah.
but and
I think we all have a contract and we're all on a
yeah.
specific soul mission. And I think, according to our soul's purpose for us here and our plan and God's plan, is what we indigos are doing the work for, to raise the consciousness of the frequency of the earth so that we could shift the paradigm and shift out of that old artificial matrix that you always tell us all about. I mean, that is one system. It's a beast system. It's AI, it's NAA. I mean, they love the pineal gland and the DNA of us humans, and we're angelics, and we're just wanting our 12-strand DNA. You know, we're like, we're slaying the vampires.
Do you have a thing about, you know, when the like Draco and the negative grays, they come in and abduct us, you know, for our frequency or codes or DNA. Do you have like a lesson for how to protect from abduction or shield or anything with that, or any information on that, or your perspective?
Well, I would say that we talk about the Maharic seal a lot, and also it's really imprinting your sovereignty, not even if you have to say it out loud or to yourself or write it. No being has any permission to take me without, you know, or communicate or any type of nefarious thing, you know, that you don't want. But in the SSP, it's kind of, it seems like a lot of even the humans are abducting indigos or, you know, into the My Labs.
Yep.
Do you think you've had any experience
Oh,
like
yeah.
that?
I've had multiple 20 and back programs.
Oh, wow.
One whole 20 and back I have full recall over, and that has to do with George Bush Sr. You know, I remember the whole 20 and back, and he kind of stayed with me throughout the whole time, bringing me to like at 5 years old, I was abducted by the gray aliens and then taken over here into this, to the military base, because he's all military. And then with that, they copy my consciousness and then put me back. And so I live, then, you know, it's like they push pause on the movie, on this reality, and then I come right back, and no time missing at all. But over here, then they have my consciousness, a copy of it, and now they can make any kind of clone body that they want to with my fractal of my consciousness. So that's what they did. They created this 5-year-old little girl that would fit the profile that he was kind of wanting, like a small little girl that's like pageant looking. And then he would groom her, and also doing all the stuff to her to make her disassociate. And I just remember that part, and I was floating out of my body on the roof area, not on the roof, on the ceiling, watching him do all the devices and stuff, you know, to make me disassociate. And
Did you see him? Did you see him as a reptilian?
No, he was like the 1985 George Bush Sr. And that how I see him in my memory is he never shapeshifted into that.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
wondering.
Yeah. So he just kind of, but I have the full memory of that. And then we went to Mars after this, after like some time, and he had a cloning center on Mars that he had me working at too. So that's one whole, we left the SSP after that, and then we went, he got like he could go to Mars or the moon, and he chose Mars is what he wanted to do, and make a cloning facility where he would abduct teenagers and give them like a pretend classroom, and then give virtual reality, and they all had these glasses on, and then it would copy their consciousness and give them all kinds of things to see what they respond to. So I would be like recording all of the information. So my job was to, like the clone body would come here, any kind of body, and then I would have to program it to be whatever. It was like a order, like people ordered these clones of. I was seeing like a whole bunch of like Britney Spears clones, and sometimes I don't remember what kind of consciousness it would have, but like something like that. And then they ship them out like in containers out in space is what I was seeing it do, like a big container. And
so
I don't know where it goes though.
Who do you think? Oh, I was going to ask you, do you know if it's humans that are
Yeah.
receiving those orders or extraterrestrials, right?
I think all of it, because they probably would order. I just stayed there. I don't even remember leaving the station at all. I did, or sleeping, you know, so it must have been like, I mean, I felt like I was like mind control program here and not ever leaving or allowed to leave. But so I didn't ever see, it was like in a warehouse thing, though, is what I recall. And then
But
they had
this is part of a 20-year service, or is this outside of that?
Yeah, this is after that 20 years is up, and then because he stayed with me throughout that 20 years, like taking me to like first was in this abandoned psychiatric ward, and then after that a mansion, but it was used as honeypots and for blackmail when I was younger, and just giving information, to the target, whoever he sent me to in that way. And
What's a
also
honeypot?
that's where you go in and you are, say I was 5 years old, and then there's an older man, and so I'm going in, and he's going to be I don't know if I can say that, like having sex with the minor there
Oh,
with
wow.
me. Yeah, and that's being recorded for blackmail. So this is a program, and I'm giving him information too if that's needed, or I'm also trained to be able to give aneurysms, so I can do that as well. So there's all kinds of um, things with that went on for a
So
long time.
you've had a few 20 and back. So what are you, like 80 years old?
A lot older
Maybe
than
older?
that. Yeah, because
100?
I think that there's multiple uh, this copy of my consciousness, but they've created other
Many.
fractals, and then those
Hmm.
fractals have had many 20 and backs. So there's no way to
Wow.
even understand, like, because they even time loop me in some of them, and they just I don't even know that the time is up. They just trick me into going to the doctor and lay in like a med
Hmm.
bed and just erase that memory, and then just continue on with this time loop of another place. So like there's like an asteroid or a space rock, and it's like a time loop. And then at Montauk, it's a time loop.
Oh,
So
what do you mean by time loop? Does that mean you're just repeating 20 and backs, or do you mean
yeah,
something to
it's
do with?
like it's like it stays you stay in this age frame. Like it's like a couple of years, 1 or 2 years, and then it just kind of loops again and loops. So it's like Groundhog Day or something, but kind of
Hmm.
expanding out more, maybe 2 years or 3 years or so. And it just stays in this little bubble. It's like a bubble reality or a pocket reality that you stay in, and everything is going on. And it just stays there, and it continues on for however long the controllers allow it, or it just gets like taken out, like bombed or something like that, where all the people are, um, you know, uh, maybe maybe all their consciousness just turns off, or there's
Hmm.
multiple things with that. But yeah, so that's how that happens there. So there's so many um, streams going on of
Is
that,
this
of your
is it
consciousness.
is this in your book? All this stuff?
Some of it. I couldn't put all of it because it's so much. I could
Yeah.
probably write 3 or 4 books of
Yeah.
all of this. Yeah. So it's because I have 4 books, but the 3 of them have like the images of the memories of some of the 20 and back, and then the my labs and the Montauk. So I put all those with images, and then in my book I put kind of all of that just text only. Um so yeah, I could go. I've been kind of expanding more on clones and stuff because people are kind of more interested in
Hmm.
the immersion program as well too, and that's like that Cosmic Sisters, where they're both in the kind of the holding, where
Oh,
they're
yeah.
holding, and then their consciousness is put on a like a computer, and then the body or the avatars are created, and those 2 girls are out, and then they're going to live on Earth or wherever they're sent to. They're sent to different realities, but because they just make any kind of body, and then they'll send it to wherever I guess the experience is needed. Yeah,
So this stuff is like ongoing. It hasn't
it
stopped, even
is.
though there's different disclosures movements trying to stop it or trying to promote
Yeah,
disclosure, but it's still out there happening.
it
It's still
is.
regular thing. You're like, I'm sure there's probably countless people going through similar experiences you are, right?
Yeah. And the Draco, the negative Draco and negative Grays, they've found how to, some people say that oh, it's over, but they cloak themselves, or so they don't get found out. No one and they're hybrids or something like that, but they're still taking uh a lot of us in using our abilities, our starseed abilities, you know, our psionics to like I had a reading with Sean Bond, and he saw that negative, the mitra gray, took me when I was 7 to underground base and was putting like a thing pressure on my eyes, and it was making my psionics go off. And then
Wow.
yeah, they were using me to hold ships up, their spaceships,
That's
and
pretty powerful
pulling
then.
them in and turning them off so they could steal their technology. So this is the stuff that they do to the kids. I was only like 7. Yeah. And this was like a
Hmm.
20 and back. So it's like from that age to all the way to going to space, or they can time loop the 7-year-old until they learn how to even do that. Because they were giving me injections of their DNA too. So
Uh,
yeah.
I'm curious, do you have like a military background in your family, or how do you think you have this connection with these programs?
I feel like it's my Native American that they were really after. I do have military. My mom's side is German, and my dad's side is Native American.
Oh,
So I feel like
wow.
the German side is the military, and then with the spiritual abilities with the Native American side. Yeah, because my dad has
Well,
experiences too. He's in the
well, there you
program.
go. It
Yeah.
makes sense, especially
Hmm.
in natives.
Yeah.
Some of those are actual, what we call indigo tribes.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they're people know, well, a lot of people in general know natives are usually spiritual, but you know,
Yeah.
it's
I
deeper
mean, my
than that.
dad has like, he sees, he, he can just hear stuff. He hears stuff. I live here with my mom and dad, and then after my son went to the group home, I just stayed here, you know, and
So
then, hmm,
clear audience, he hears stuff.
yeah, he'll hear, like he heard a couple of weeks ago before the conference, heard a military helicopter out in the front, and he went out there to see what was going on, and he saw a black helicopter hovering, and he said he just stood there frozen, and it went over the house and then into the back
What
area that's like a
this was in
abandoned.
Sedona?
No, this is here at the house.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got a
and
black helic.
I was here too, but I didn't hear that. But I heard the dogs barking. So it kind of,
Yeah.
he'll hear stuff and I don't hear that, but but I hear the dogs barking. So he
Mhm.
hears it, and he even has seen Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, however you want to call it, jogging down the road up front. He
Mm.
was outside and saw him jogging down the road, and he
Mhm.
wasn't high or tripping or nothing.
Right.
Yeah. And was like, and he said the Sasquatch was Bigfoot was like gave him the thumbs up jogging. And I was like,
Well, they
uh,
probably can see, they obviously see that what he is and a
yeah,
positive, not a threat, and
yeah,
probably a spiritual being like they
right.
are. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
his grandma was the Cherokee side, and she did healing work, and he remembers her doing a
wow.
lot of hands-on healing on him a lot, you know.
So
So
that's your grandma? That's his mom?
it's his grandma.
Oh,
Yeah, his
wow.
grandma. This the Cherokee
So yeah,
side.
that's a line. You're in a
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, and we're Wolf clan, so that's why the wolf energy is with me, you know,
Is
with
that what's
that. So
on the side of
yeah,
you right there?
yeah, this my he kind of is like a guide, but also like a part of like protector too, you know. So it's like the wolf clan, but it's kind of like a protector for me too. So
Well, when I was at Alien Event, I was some people were talking about, I don't know if you call them wolf or dog people, but not all of them are positive though, right? Some of them could
yeah,
be.
no, I know I have a military side that they have pulled out my innate ability, yes, the wolf, and to be like a bipedal dog man, in the military program too. So they have that. So it probably is hooked up with like the cybernetics, and then have dog, have probably a lot of hybrid stuff there. But
Wait,
I
so this is one of your fragments? One of your clones?
yeah, this is a aspect that, but that's in the negative. So they've copied my
Right.
consciousness over here and made these things, you know, in for the military part.
Do
Yeah,
they have
so
do they have
mhm.
any limit to how many fragments they can use out of one person?
I have asked that too, because I don't know that answer either. So I'm sure that after some time, then it probably wouldn't be responding as good as, or wouldn't be as sharp, even
Mhm.
after many times of reprogramming. It
Right.
probably wouldn't take.
Yeah.
So, so I kind of felt that. But that wolf, I think they keep them in cryogenic chambers until they're needed. That's what I was
Mhm.
seeing. Like they're like soldiers, and they're just high level programmed, and they just kind of stay in a stasis or a cryogenic. Is what I was seeing, and then they let them out to go. I even feel like they go to capture the other uh, dog men or something that's innate to the area. Like here in Southeast Oklahoma, then in McAllister, that lady had that run in with she said it was like dog like. This was like a month
Mhm.
3 months ago now, but that was all over the news. And so I saw
Yeah.
like it was like a dog man. But they're trying to say, no, it's just a dog, the person's dog, whatever. So, but I think that they go out and try to hunt for those, and then probably bring them in to use their DNA. Is what I was feeling with that.
Well, how many different
Yeah.
species do you think your consciousness has been in?
Oh my goodness. Because that can be a lot. They could send
Yeah,
you to alien worlds,
like
and
Mars, like Mars,
yeah,
like uh,
any
Yeah.
place at all that they wanted you to be in. They could just insert you into a reality for maybe like just to give a message and then come back, So it could be just that short, or it could be a whole lifetime that you're in this in a fractal, in this wherever it is. Yeah.
so
I
you
don't
said
think there's a limit.
you've been under hypnosis, and that's brought a lot of your memories back too, or
With Misha Johnston, and then I did that recently to bring back to look at more details of the mitra, if I'm saying that right, the negative grays, with that experience when I was but like 7 years old, when they're taking me for my psionic abilities, and then a negative ant being in Nevada is what Sean had told me. So I was looking more into that under hypnosis. So they both want my DNA, because I've been an ant, and then with this other one, they're wanting my psionics, So
have
they
you
both.
checked for implants?
Oh yeah, yeah, and I've done removals with it, and then sometimes I don't know if I've got them all or what, but definitely I feel like I feel like there's aspects of me that's still being targeted by the Draco and the negative grays as well, that affects this reality,
Mhm.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it affects my dad, because we'll kind of be on the same wavelength too. He'll wake up tired, and I will too. So I feel like we're taken at the same time of stuff, you know.
So their activities kind of you can perceive or feel
I
like
do.
maybe they get injured, maybe they're experiencing fear. Do you experience some of that stuff in the current present moment,
I
or is
don't
it
have a
just
lot of fear. I don't feel that any really. I don't feel the fear of stuff. Um, I don't feel that. No.
well,
I
what
just
about
feel
other
like drugged or tired or something. That's how I kind of know something happened. Or I'll have a dream of something that is different, So
well, some of
yeah.
the people from the secret space program talk about having post-traumatic. Do you have any type of like negative feelings and emotions in your life that you've experienced?
Um, well, I think that a lot of this stuff is from my son, from raising him,
Oh,
because he is violent and hitting me and stuff on daily basis. And I had to have move here to have my dad help me, hold him from hitting me. And I can't drive, but he can't ride in the car with me. He hits, and
right.
so a lot of that is coming from, and maybe he's being targeted to do that. So they're using that way of bringing out this trauma in me, or activating me, or activating rage, or self hate, or all this stuff, that the negative emotions that would bring out. And it's
Hmm.
continuous. Like it was like at least 3 years straight of this, combat felt like I went through
Yeah.
a war. So there's complex trauma because it was every day, learning to
Yeah.
be hypersensitive. But that's his whole life because I couldn't go to public places and he'd just take off running in the
Right.
store, so all of that kind of so if that was happening in the program, I was in this physical reality. I was really too busy with this stress to even, if there was something going on, it wasn't as stressful as this, like I would have probably traded that for a break, like that
Yeah.
too. So I have a high pain tolerance for their abusing, like that
Yeah.
too. So it's I just get angry and then the psionics go off,
Right.
So yeah,
Mhm.
that's what they want. Yeah.
Mhm.
You mentioned black hop helicopters. I would like you and Patty to tell me some of, like Patty was telling me something in Sedona, you guys think or perceive something was going on around the event, in the event. Um, can you guys comment
Yes.
on some of that
Yeah.
maybe?
Go ahead, Patty, you tell us.
Yeah, well, you could feel the shift in energy, like, it just got, like, real quiet and, like, um, they even say, like, they could just be targeting or sending frequency at you, shooting at you, so all of a sudden, you're just, you don't you go blank. And I feel like also we had a liability with one of the girls having a shadow, and I could just sense like a lot of chaos, and you can feel the energy of other people, so it kind of interrupts with your own energy of being a direct conduit and be able to transmission when you
Um,
have a field that's messy
I
in
I just want to say real quick, we're talking about the event that
the
was
event.
in
Yeah,
Sedona,
yeah.
and are
And
you
so
talking? You
there
had a
was a
booth there.
military. Yeah, we had a booth there. So there was
Mm-hmm.
a military base right in the actual mountain, like next to the school.
Hmm.
And you could tell because that was where the helicopter was coming in and landing and then leaving. So the reason why I did this event, I said we have to get a table because Christy has such an amazing,
Yeah.
God bless her heart and all of her stories that are going to help everybody
Right.
and also widen your consciousness to what the truth really is of the depths of the darkness of the attacks because she has multiple attacks, right? We have a friend Sean that clears our fields and continues to do that as we, because I can feel the people too, and they have in their eyes too. You can see it, and so to make people more aware of these shadows and these entities and these negative forces, on top of the AI, it's just like very educational right now because it's the lack of knowledge versus the knowledge that's here now for us all and
Well,
us doing the work like yourself.
that's what disclosure is about, right? It's like
Hmm.
we
Yeah.
align with the idea that we're trying to help bring this information out because the planet is under and fallen angelic warfare. So it's
It's
no
true.
joke.
Yeah.
Spiritual warfare for
Yeah.
sure.
And
And
a,
it's all silent
a lot of
because of
people
the
hearing this
metals.
stuff think it's impossible. You guys are in la la land, but they have no idea. I mean, we got President Trump bringing trickling a little bit of this truth to come out, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not just about some UFOs and aliens, you guys. The
Mm.
stuff
Right.
that Christy and Patty are talking about are real.
Yeah.
These things are happening, and they're coming out. You can't hold this truth. The truth is going to reveal itself, and people are going to have trouble believing it,
Mm.
but there's those who are going to understand
I
it,
don't know.
and your testimony is actually going to help other people who are experiencing the same stuff.
Yeah, like at
Hmm.
the event, I on Saturday I was unaware of all the I didn't know that there was the base under behind the school place, the conference. And then I was heavily targeted. Oh my gosh, I was feeling so down on Saturday and my face was all red and I was heated on the inside and I just was I couldn't really do a whole lot. I felt like I left my body
Hmm.
disassociated. And I didn't even care if I was there anymore. I was like, I don't even care about any of this stuff. I just want to like get out of here and be like outside. And then I
That's
just
probably
kept
the whole
on.
point. That was probably the
Yeah,
whole point.
right. Yeah, because we hardly got any traffic, you know, like we got that, but we had envisioned, oh, we will be so busy. I can just see
Yeah.
it, you know, so many people. And so we had that vision, but it got hijacked, you know, and then
Yeah.
so Sunday we were driving in and then I said, oh my God, that is a military base underground behind the school. That it because we saw that black helicopter kind of over the horizon. And I said, that there is an underground base right behind there, and they are putting like a net over that whole school. I don't know if it's still active or not, but they were targeting that whole place. And it was like a net that I was seeing, and then it was just like shooting down microwave weapons at all of us and whoever they can pick up. That was the empaths, you know, the empaths are feeling it most.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's being done at these. I know people are targeted at different events and stuff like that, but this place was heavily targeted, and there was also other people like Emery Smith and the big time names that
Yeah.
are military insiders. So I know that that's always going to be more, but I know I was seeing that that place, that high school, is like they put a net over that high school, and then they kind of, it was like they connect with their consciousness and then abduct these kids. Or if they're still there, I don't know if the high school moved because it was in May and there was no kids there, so I'm not sure about that. But at one time or so, there was like a net there, and then they were hijacking their consciousness. And but they went back to their parents, so you know that them, and
Yeah.
now these kids, they are more alien genetics because they took their parents, so the parents have alien DNA, and now they do too. So they in that I said, I told Tyler that on the interview, and then he said, well, just to confirm, like JP said that that is a underground base, and they use the UFO technology. That's what it's for. And I was like, well, that's perfect because that's what the kids can do. They're good at technology, so that's the best thing. Just put a military base right behind a school, and then
Yeah.
you got everything, you know.
Well,
So
it's also the fact that Sedona is a portal area. It's a
mhm.
huge, massive gateway. So
Vortexes.
you're going to have
Yeah.
all kinds of traffic coming and going.
Yeah. Yeah. Spiritual
So,
people are seeking people who are seeking out. So they are open. And so now they go there and then they just get
mhm,
pulled out of their body like that. So, and then they're just like, oh,
mhm.
I just wanted to have a spiritual experience here. But now that, you know, whatever it is, that's just hijacked. Because
Yeah.
I was confused. I felt like I was out of my body after we came back for like 3 weeks. It took me to even have any kind of emotion again.
Mhm.
Like I felt like I was just numb. And Patty too.
Oh,
So
wow.
Yeah.
yeah, even Patty.
We were
Yeah.
So
like
it
out of it.
lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
Like at
I
least
am
2 weeks.
shutting down. I am not
Hmm.
talking or dealing with anybody. And we were both kind of depressed,
Yeah.
you know. So
Mhm.
these are some of the symptoms after you're heavily targeted at a place. So it's
Do you
like,
guys do you guys know if anyone else was feeling those symptoms?
yeah, the lady next to us, she was, and she said, she came up to me. She was Amy or something like that. Her name's
Yeah,
Amy. Remember
Amy.
her?
Mhm.
And she was like, I'm like you with the targeting and stuff. So I was like, you feel that heat? Do you have that in your body too? And she said, I
Oh,
do.
wow.
I said, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I said, I can't. I feel like I'm like microwaving inside, you know, I'm just blanked out, and I don't even feel like doing anything, you know. So. And I don't know. I don't never feel that before. Like I went to Brian Sing's conference in Florida, and I didn't feel that there. So
They were
it was
targeted as
different.
well, though.
There was
Even
people
Brian said they were
targeted.
targeted.
Yeah, there was
They were in
people.
the other hotel, they said,
They were.
across.
Well, Penny said that they had targeting at that event too. So some
Mhm.
people were being targeted there. So I just didn't feel. I didn't
On
get it.
St.
Mhm.
Pete's.
Yeah. So it just depends, I guess, on.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know what
I
it
think
depends on,
wherever
but
we go, because we're so high frequency and they just want to shut it down. And we're just like, we're going to
Yeah.
keep going.
I'm.
We
Yeah.
are the disclosure. We
I'm
are the
pretty
ones.
resilient or resistant to some stuff because I can talk about a lot of darkness and everything really.
Right.
And but when uh like there in Sedona, it really was hitting. It was, I felt it right off, you know,
Well,
Saturday morning.
you would think that um, there should be some whistleblowers that talk about ways to stop that from happening or block it. Like they're using tech. So what is the tech to help block it, right? Isn't there
Yeah.
something
Oh,
that
I
you've
don't
heard
know.
about?
I
Did
mean,
you
we're
guys
gonna
talk to
need.
Emery?
No, but I don't think anybody knows. I wouldn't. I don't know. They're using alien technology, so we're gonna need to be. We're gonna need the aliens to help us do it
Deposit
back or
ones, yeah.
something. Yeah, because
Yeah.
we called
A
in,
good
we
one.
did all kinds of stuff, and it was still happening. You know, and we
Wow.
got clearings, and we were doing. We were more aware of it Sunday, you know, and armored up more and didn't feel it as much, but it was hitting. I still was heated up, you know. So, and I just had no energy. I don't know. I just wasn't myself. So I know I was disassociated. Yeah.
And you guys
And
drove there or flew there? Or
flew there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
both?
flew. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it felt like the radiation, like going through the airport, you know how that feels through the TSA. So it felt like that
In
inside. Like
Phoenix?
that anytime you go through an airport through the
Yeah.
security, then I get hot inside, that radiation. So that's what it felt like, but all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
I always opt out of that
Yeah.
machine. They want you to stand in and X-ray
Right.
you.
Yes.
F that, man. I said, no, I opt out. So they pat you down, you know, and I don't care about that because I'm not going through that thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know
Exactly.
you didn't have to do that. I
You
didn't
can
know you
opt
could
out.
opt.
You say, I opt out. And then they have to get someone to come, a woman, if you're a man, and then they pat you down though, and they look through your bags. If you don't mind that, I don't mind. I don't care.
No.
I'm not going through
Mm-hmm.
that freaking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's like a radiation, like a CAT scan,
it
probably
is.
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
And if you
Bad.
travel a lot, you're just getting all these doses every time you go to airport then.
Oh my
So,
gosh. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Every time I go there, and then I have such a headache afterwards, and it
Yeah.
just zaps me
well, how did your
completely.
guys' booth do? Did you guys sell some books or anything
We
at the
had a
event?
lot of fun, and I think the right
Yeah.
people came because,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
what they wanted, they got their books, and then we
We
yeah,
gave at the
we
end,
have
we
fun
gave a
with the
lot out.
people. Yeah, we have fun with
Yeah,
the people.
we
It's
just
just
had
the
fun.
targeting.
yeah.
Yeah,
We have fun with the people because
Me
there was
too.
nothing negative with that part of it. It's just that the feeling of being an empath and then feeling
Mhm,
all the frequencies that,
yeah,
you know, that so that
mhm.
was, but everybody was super nice and
Yeah.
we were happy to be
yeah,
there as much as we could feel it, you know, but uh
Mhm.
yeah,
and the
I know.
speakers were amazing. The speakers
Yeah.
are just
Hmm.
phenomenal, and so each year that was his 5th year that Rion from
Yeah.
Teen Light, he, threw it, and then next year, it's just gonna get bigger and bigger, like, Woodstock, where everyone starts to start questioning, and they're like, "Let's go," and then that's where everyone is, the truth seekers, the way showers, all everybody that has the, information that we need to wake everyone up,
Well, are
So
you
that's
guys going to other events or just this one?
We're going to kind of we're guided to whichever ones we feel,
Mhm.
you know. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we can't go to all of them because they cost a lot of money to do
Yeah, it
this.
does. Same
Yeah.
thing. I know.
Yeah, this costs a lot of money to even be a traveler to the place, or
Yeah.
even if you
right.
are a speaker or if you set up a booth, it costs a lot of money to do all this.
Right.
So I think
Yeah.
one a year is plenty for me at least. And then,
Yeah.
but this one in Arizona, the Four Corners, this is outside and it's a tour of the sacred sites and land and all that. So it's outside, and then that's okay. You know, there won't be any there could be frequencies, but we're outside, you know, so it's
Yeah.
going to be a little bit different with that.
And New
Well,
Mexico for Chaco. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chaco.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be very revealing for you, Christy. Like, I think it's
Yeah.
going to activate something within you.
I feel
And
that
Yeah.
too. I feel it
Yeah.
all like in my whole head area
yeah,
like that. And I
Mhm.
just love seeing everything. I just all the red, because I said I just want to lay on the red rocks and just
yeah,
lay there forever, you know, and absorb the heat and all that. I think that's part of the ant thing. I feel that matches with that ant, you know. So
yeah.
Yeah.
um so
And
I
the
know the ant
fire.
people, yeah, the ant people are there because they have they're connected to above, you know, to the Orion, some of the ants that were there too, you know, as generations, or maybe even the Anasazi that was there.
Uh,
They're
uh,
connected to
I
the.
want to ask, isn't there Native Americans, maybe even Cherokee, that talk about the ant people?
Um, I tried to look back in their history in the Cherokee, and I'm sure there's something, but I feel like they're more in the desert area because of the heat and stuff. So they kind of feel like it's more in their heart. That's where I
Mhm.
feel it's in the heart, right in there. But I know that they expanded all over the United States because there's ants everywhere, that we see on the surface. So, but I don't feel as drawn to the Cherokee with the ant people as I do with the Navajo or the Pueblo people or the Anasazi, within the Zuni too, as with the ant people, you
Seems to be
know.
something very special about Arizona, huh?
Yeah, like in New Mexico too, right there.
Mhm.
In Utah too, is the petroglyphs. It's the red rock and the petroglyphs and the monuments and the sacred sites, and
Mhm.
there's something there that I'm like, I just want to lay on it all, and so it's like a
Mhm.
guardian or something like that. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How,
Can't
how,
wait.
how, how
It'll be
how
fun.
long can you guys go for?
Tonight,
Sport.
like
Yeah.
tonight, yeah, whenever you
Oh,
want. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Hmm.
yeah. There's no, no,
Yeah.
no
Well,
deadlines.
tell us about your books. You guys are, I guess, naturally you started to want to share this information. That's why you made your books, right? You guys have similar alien type of experiences, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patty, go ahead. I've been talking.
Yeah, I just
Mhm.
wanted, so I had a dream in the astral, and the breathing started to oscillate higher, and I was a cat, a very fast cat, and I was running through the valleys and checking on people like protector. And then another time, it was like I opened the door, and next you know, I'm a dragon, and I'm flying, and I'm seeing like the electrical wars. I'm going past through timelines, and so then I had an astral dream, and the tall Nordics came to me. So I went through up my steps, right? They were calling me. I could hear them because in order to have first contact, you have to initiate it within your mind and see them in the astral. For them to form a relationship, right?
Well,
So as I
plus that's giving permission. They're not going
yeah,
against your free will.
yeah, that
Okay.
too, right? Because they don't want to interrupt your free will. You have to
Right.
ask them first. So they told me to go write some books and stuff and to get the stuff out. And here I meet Christy, and she's already writing all of the books. Like
Yeah.
I'm like,
Hmm.
great. And so I was like, and she's like, well, I'll help you write your books, and then we'll go to the conference, and we'll just start
Mhm.
doing
No.
YouTube, which is one of my fears. And I faced my fears today. You're
Hmm.
like, good
Yes.
She's
yeah,
doing
Yes.
good.
woo!
She's
So
doing
anyway,
good.
back in 2012, when the timeline originally shifted, right? And it was one timeline, and then it went into two. In 2012, a tall Nordic came to my bedroom right out in front, and I was just hanging out with him. And I woke up, and then he was in this realm. Here it is, my higher self, and time traveled back into this realm and came, and we like just connected eyes telepathically. We knew each other forever.
Mhm.
There's nothing to say. And then left. So with these experiences and the mantis, after Christy, when I had my near death experience, the mantis guided me to the art room, and I've been
Mhm.
doing a lot of art and working with Mother Nature and really honing in on my gifts and the connection to all that is through the law of one. But all this experience, I figured other people are going to want it. This is amazing. We're activating our DNA. We're becoming psychic. We're telepathic. We're
Yeah.
telepathy, telepathy, and all we're using is our creative abilities and our imagination and our knowledge and speaking our truth in our highest authenticity. And that frequency alone will knock everything out of your way. And you're like slaying, and you're just being the highest frequency while helping others and helping walking in the path of divine alignment. And
Like
that's what
us,
my books are about.
that's like a spiritual ninja, man. Like we're these
I love it. We're
guardians trying
Jedi
to.
masters.
Yeah.
The Jedi
Hmm.
masters, the priests and priestesses, the Magi queens and stuff. So I also, if you go back to Egypt, I have a lifetime as Nefertiti. Nefertiti. So I don't know much because I never was taught this in school. I went to Catholic school for 12 years, and I never knew about the Egyptians. And now it's all goes right back to Kemet, right back to the alchemy, back to the beginning and the many of multiple lives that we lived that now we're starting to
Yeah.
remember. This is all
Mhm.
about remembering and reclaiming your true identity, which is the God sovereign free consciousness, and standing in your truth of who you are as a creator here to help create a new earth. And that's what I'm doing as I get super excited. And this is my task and mission. So I like to shine the light on Christy. Like, she brings up the darkness so that we can see we need to balance this out in harmony and peace so that we can bring the liberation of planet Mother Earth here, and all the hybrids and we used to be a space program, not a secret one. We used to be an intergalactic space program. Everybody used to come to Earth before it fell, like you teach. It fell from like Gaia right down into
I want to say real quick that
yeah.
Most people are just love, light, and clueless. They don't want to talk about the dark side. But what are you're not helping anyone. You're not, sharing what's really affecting a lot of people. And you guys, like you said, there's a balance there. You have to talk and shine a light on the darkness to expose it, just like you would with your children, teach them about the dangers in the world. You don't just blind yourself and ignore it. I'm not going to think about that dark stuff. We have to heal, you guys. Yeah. We're not going to heal if we're not talking about this stuff. Sorry if you're uncomfortable, because some people will be.
This is great. You have to get uncomfortable. You have to get out of that box they put you in. They got you right where they need you, in a box. That's why you don't have to worry about all these problems, because the ones that are doing the work, they're the ones that are getting attacked, because they're the ones waking up to the truth. They're no longer in that box. We didn't live, us indigos didn't, we were like, screw the fucking box. We're going to kick it down, right? Yeah. We don't want to follow the system. We don't go to 9 to 5 and do the time bullshit, the hamster wheel. We're like, we're artists. Mainstream. We're waking up. We're taking our gifts back. We were claiming our true identity. We're taking our land back, so we're bringing the free energy, and all the natural healing. When I went to Costa Rica, I was hanging out with all the indigenous tribes, and they took me up their mountain for 2 miles. I saw the whole Panama Canal, not Panama Canal, but anyway, they taught me, like, look, this cures the cancer. This vine does this does prostate. They're like, and it's such a beautiful paradise there. No wonder they don't want anyone to go there. And they say there's all these, people that are dangerous. There's no danger there.
When did you go to Costa Rica? Because Julia's there right now, and we plan on living there.
Yeah.
But when did you go?
Oh my God, I already been looking at land. Yeah. I have friends there. I'm telling you, I love it. I connected in with the mountains and the monkeys and the ocean all right around me as I slept. And then I would leave my consciousness. It would expand out, and I was with the monkeys in the jungle, right? No lie. And they're talking to me. And next thing you know, I jump back into my body, and they're right out there, and we're still talking. And I go out there, and they come closer, and they said, thank you for visiting our land and raising the frequency and just tapping in, right? And because I was leaving, so they came to say bye. But it was wonderful, because I just love the jungle, and it's an amazing place to go. I was there on 11/11, not last year, but the year before, 2 years ago, with Ireland Clark. Wow. YouTuber, Ireland Clark, my bestie. I love her. So she's wonderful. She's been traveling all around to all the stargates. Oh,
really?
Like in India, all around, and just
I believe that all those sacred sites are activating, because we've in our previous lives have been to these places, and so that becomes a remembering, and so and I think we're meant to do that. So
we absolutely are. That's why we're coming together, and with Christy. I said, we got to go. We got it. Now's our time. My children are beautiful, but they're going to come with me too. We're doing this for the future of our children. We got to find land and a fruit farm, because I grew up on a fruit farm, and this year the fruit in all of New Jersey has been delayed. So I think they directly energy weapons targeted the weather around April. It got real hot. Then it got free. It was 90 to 100, right? So everything started to bud. All the peaches and the plums and the cherries. Next thing you know,
weather wars.
Bam! It got cold and everything froze. Now what? We have no peaches. Maybe we'll get 20 out of 200. Okay. And then the corn, everybody's now, the prices are going to go up because there's a lack of produce, peaches and stuff. So see their skills that they're doing, controlling the food too. If you know what I mean, right? And next is what the water, or hopefully we're on the new earth. So that there's none of that. That's the fallen timeline, but we can see the destruction that it has done.
Yeah. I want to say, are you guys up for questions? Cause I'll have the moderators ask. Yeah. Okay. And Chrissy, I was wondering if you could talk more about some of that. Like, do you feel like you're on a spiritual mission being in the SSP, or do you just feel you're a victim, or do you think, is there some things that you liked about being part of that
Um,
experience?
I do feel like that because I have the Lyran father, the lion, and then the Alcyon mother is what I feel like I'm most connected with my mother and father wise. And I remember leaving them and then going into a pod, and this was like the immersion program. And then I was getting my consciousness copied or however, but this mission that I'm on is like um these different inserts into the darkness reality so they could be exposed. So it's like having this mission already kind of programmed to be able to withstand a lot of the darkness or the pain and suffering and trauma, and be this and not even be aware of it at the time because the mind is erased and everything too, but being able to come out of it and expose it in some way, or that maybe that fractal dies and then it returns to the main consciousness, so those memories come back of that time. So I feel like that's why I have all these different memories of places as well, as because of that. The copy of the consciousness was created, and this mission is important for this my because she's a Lyran hybrid, and it's like one of my higher self aspects that has agreed to do this, to bring the frequency of the planet up with exposing these dark places, the most evil places that you could ever think of, like that I can see going to and living it out, and then that she would die, and then or he or whatever it is, and then some memory comes back so I can see it and talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
a lot of people are afraid to come out, like who have been in the SSP programs. But I think it's part of your healing to get it out and talk about it and
Oh
share.
yeah. You have to, like, if once you waken up to it and start seeing stuff, and not everybody can because maybe they're married to someone who or their family might call them crazy and lock them up. So there's challenges with some that can't. So we kind of just take their stories and tell them to, or bring their stories in and maybe say that this person, like my friend Steve, and like his parents are his handlers and controllers, and send him straight to the psych ward, and they have him on medication. So because he started waking up and speaking about the programs, so they'll do that too, So there's all kinds of conflict. It's not easy, and I think this is the like a lot of the Starseed mission is to take these roles as going into the darkness, or even being like how Patti holds the light up here for me. We found each other, and I bring it up, and then she's like, "Wait, what? What is that?" And I had to explain it to her because she didn't know. So she's learning through my experiences, and then I learned through hers too. She helps me with her frequency to kind of raise up my frequency too. So we kind of meet each other in that way. Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's not hard for me to talk about. I can look at any darkness because I've seen it with my own mind. It's my memory of doing it. And if someone like explains it to me, then I've kind of already seen that for myself. Because I've been in these it's not like the mothers of darkness like some people, but it's being at rituals that are the satanic rituals, and I have that in my memories of uh everything that you can think of with that, you know? Yeah.
Including Bush, senior name.
Yeah. Yeah, he was just he just was a handler controller, and he told me to call him father. And so
Of
he was
course.
part of this programming, and he also was a werewolf or wolf shapeshifter. So the Project Ibis with Michael Aquino, I remember that part of it. And then Bush would come in and make me try to shapeshift, bringing my innate wolf out. And then they tried to connect it with some deity, and then I saw it was the deity was Hecate that I was connecting with. That was connecting me with that that wolf or black wolf version, that darkness though of her. So yeah, and then he would take me up to the top and to the woods and um show me like he would be invisible, like go through like a some kind of a veil and be invisible, and then I would walk by him and then he would kill me, and then so I had to learn. He was teaching me how to do that too. So they were training this wolf for battle though. It was going to go out into battles for them though, for the negative. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they have some good abilities in a fight, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Um, have you seen anything negative regarding the felines?
Um, not the not negative with the feline. No,
Positive, right?
yeah, I searched for
Yeah.
that just now. I can't find
Yeah.
anything. I know there. I mean, they might be like. I'm sure there is because I can see it, but I haven't experienced it. So,
Hmm.
but I can see that it is. But it's kind of through cartoons or something. It looks like. So I haven't seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
But I've been like Lyran and Syrian, all of the I've had cat. I like the bipedal, the dog form or the cat form most because it's
Hmm.
I can run really fast. I like running really fast.
Probably feels extraordinary to have that body
Oh,
form and to do those
does.
things, right?
Oh, it does. I love it. Yeah, the freedom just to leap off of a cliff and just uh free fall and then land on your feet, So you have those abilities. So I just love that.
So you would you qualify or call yourself or a soldier, like a super soldier,
Super
or
Super
soldier.
Soldier. Uh-huh. Yeah, and then there's Ultra Soldier. Ultra Soldier has cybernetics and human. So it's like
alter as an
ultra, like
ALTER?
a
Oh, ultra
ultra.
soldier.
Ultra. So it's cybernetic. So there's some programs that are Ultra Soldiers where they're created to
So AI
do
then.
half AI, half
Wow.
human. Yeah. So they have that too. So there's all kinds of programs that we probably haven't even touched the surface of because it's just people's memories. That's all we got. So it's good if you start to
But
remember to talk about it so that helps other people,
well, that's what
with
we're
memories.
doing. We're
Mm-hmm.
all reverse engineering this shit. Excuse me, but
Yeah.
we're not
Yeah.
relying on the government. We're not going
Mhm.
to wait on their disclosure. We're coming out with our disclosure now, right? This is
Exactly.
an example. Plus those conferences, and then other people are going to start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I have a lot of
About
respect for
everything.
Emery Smith and other
Of all
people.
kinds of stuff, of everything, of
Yeah.
anything, alien, super soldier, of like
Mhm.
that's all my subjects of that.
Mm.
So touching on like what Patty knows about, then that's more foreign to me because that wasn't my mission. It was to go into the dark and kind of
Mhm.
live it and remember it so I could bring it back to the surface and be resilient when people say, prove it. You're lying. Like, I don't even care what you say. I don't even care. It's in my
Doesn't
memory of what
phase, yeah.
happened. Yeah, so it's like
Well,
you should experience what I experienced and then like being locked in a cage and be and multiple times. All of this stuff is
well,
like,
Christy,
so much.
what I say is, we don't need other people to believe,
Right.
or okay, that's their journey of ignorance. If they're going to want to be asleep, let them be asleep. But there's others who will listen to what you have to say. Just like right now, there's someone relating to what you have to say.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
That's very
Absolutely.
good. Yeah, I know a lot of people do, and then they're like, "Wow, you really, thank you for sharing."
Mm.
And then you really helped me remember something. So that's good. That's all we kind of want, really, is just to
Yeah.
help remember. Just even if it's just a little bit, then a little bit opens up over time, though. So yeah.
You mentioned psionic abilities. Is that something you remember being trained, or what do you call it? Boosted, even like even making them more powerful?
Yeah, I think that I feel some might be that from my starseed DNA and the ant people and then the all of that part of it, but they amplify it. by
Right.
giving injections of their DNA, of whatever DNA they're putting in. That's like the alien DNA. So that's going to be that. And then they're putting this thing in my head and my eyes, maybe like this implant they're touching, but it's so much pressure. And I went like that and I blew up the room. And then and then the next time I held up some two scientists. And then the next time it's a
Whoa.
building or a T-Rex. So he was giving me these
So
scenarios to
I want to ask you,
train.
are you talking about you as a physically were giving these shots, or are you talking about when your clones were giving these alien DNA?
Right. The aspect of my
Okay, yeah,
consciousness.
okay.
Yes. Because I'm here.
Hmm.
I could be taken over here because I know I've been physically taken and put back, and then I am mind wiped because I didn't remember that gray in my room at 5 years old. I didn't never until I did the hypnosis with Misha Johnston. And then I seen him in the corner, and he was like phasing in and out, like glitching and stuff, and getting in my face and like mad that I'm remembering him. And
Hmm.
he looked like a salesman with a hat on and that, and it was a tall gray, the Mitra, the negative gray. And he was so full of hate. He hated me so much. And so he was in my physical reality at 5, but abducting me and putting me over here, so
Hmm.
he could have physically abducted me and then put me back. But this was happening in my childhood that was wiped. I didn't have any of this memory at all. So he was training me to do more of psionics of this of the my hands and my heart with the psionic, shooting it out. Over time, it was
The negative
happening.
one? The
Yeah,
negative? He was teaching you
yes,
psionics? Like
yeah. He was
weaponized.
giving me the injections, and then he was saying
Wow.
he was pressuring my eyes to make them go off, make the psionics, and he wanted to increase it. So he would abduct me again and give me another injection and fill me with hate, with his hate, and then just put those the things in, and it pressure even more. So I
So
would
does
just blast out. It would just blast out.
so you mean in this technology he's teaching hatred is a good thing for your power,
Exactly.
right?
Yes. Yeah. The more hate and the pressure and just that, it's like you just feel full of rage and you just scream, and then and now you just have all these things come out though, because you just do that automatically. You feel to do that, and then it just happens. So I know that it's injections of their DNA too.
Well, this is just crazy because they have these whole technologies to groom people like you,
Mm-hmm.
to make you a weapon, to make you
Yeah.
go to war for them and kill
Yeah.
whatever despicable things they're having do,
Yeah.
uh,
Like why? Why do they do that? I ask that too. I ask why? Why get a kid to do that? When you could do it yourself, but why? So I think they do it for our DNA because we have the spiritual DNA that they don't have, or this all different lineages of different. Maybe they just want the ant DNA or the Lyran or the whatever DNA that you have that you withhold. So there's some reason they want your DNA.
do you think your experiences are dealing with the Earth drama or off-world stuff, or maybe both?
It's underground in the dumbs, military humans, and then off world it's going to be the a lot of the Draco, a lot of the Greys. That's the negative stuff. I have a lot of memories of dealing with that, and if it's a negative human, then it's most of the humans that I see in the experiences, they're negative. They're
Hmm.
military. So they're probably gray hybrid or reptilian hybrids. Yeah.
Well, a lot of SSP say that's the ICC, the inter.
Oh, the interplanetary conglomerate.
Yeah, those are the
Hmm.
ones that are more of the Nazi style,
Oh,
dark,
okay.
twisted stuff. My labs where
Yeah.
they're
Oh, I've been in my lab. Yeah. I've been to all different kinds of my lab experiences. Even the men's club that I'm just sent to, I just wake up or have the memories of things
wow.
too. So I think uh, maybe there's some kind of activation where they have these girls go into like a men's club and they're like they're just standing there. They have like a number on them. So it's like an auction, and these men are bidding on the girls, and then they got to go with the man, and they
Mm,
can do the worst abuse, and then they just bring him back the next day, and they don't even get in trouble if the girl
yeah.
is barely walking. They could do anything to the girl and not get in trouble. But if the girl says anything about the man, then or it could be any whoever abused her, because I've seen Hillary Clinton in these too, and she does the abuse as well. So I've seen her and Bill Clinton in memories too. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people
They're
talk about this.
reptilians.
Yeah. And
Uh,
she is a succubus. She likes to open her dress up and put the girls up inside of her and eat them. And then they're gone. They
Uh,
disappear. They disappear inside of her. I seen it. So I would have to go with the girls. This is at one of the brothels, and I was like a madam person there. And then I would have to go with the girls because none of them, they wasn't coming back, and so I had to go with them. And so
is
some of these are fractal memories, though. They're not like this is a 20 and back. So I don't know, because it's like puzzle pieces of time, so
is
I can't put that all together.
is this an off-world brothel?
Yeah, a series. There's one in series. There's another one that's like some places I don't know where they're at because I'm just inside the whole time as a sex slave, so I'm there as a sex slave, and it's like a big club, kind of like a 50 style. So I see the human men come in, and they're like in the tan, looks like the 50s uniform. But I'm at the brothel area, and then so I just have to go in and have sex with all these men and give them messages,
Was
So
one of them, did you hear German speaking, or is it different type of
maybe,
nationalities?
yeah, so I can hear that. And so if I tune in, I can hear, because there's so many men, it's all filled with men in there. So it's like anyone that comes in there, then we, all of the girls, we have to do our job and stuff like that. So even if they beat us up or whatever, they don't get in trouble at these places. And you can't escape, because there is like a say like a boss or something like that, and you just get killed and regenerated and then put right back, so there's no escape. So I think that's like a time loop at these
Hmm.
places, because they'll just regenerate you, and then you won't even know that time has gone on forever, because you just see the inside of this place, and that's it. Because I have my own room and everything, and I have to bring them in the room and service them, and then they just leave. Yeah.
Well, I want to know if you guys heard of that guy Donnie who talks about the royal people and the clones they were making and all the Hollywood people that would come to these events.
Oh,
It sounds a lot like that, what you're talking about.
yeah.
Donald Marshall.
Donald Marshall, yeah.
Yeah. Because he talks about them with the different reptilians or something, different versions of the real or whatever.
And he
But
would
the
talk
cloning
about,
centers too. Yeah, the cloning centers underground and stuff like that too. Because I remember being in some of the cloning facility too. So we would, these men, it looks like a strip club, and
Mhm.
I'm into the place, like inserted into a body of a 15-year-old girl, and then I'm in there to collect the information and stuff going on. And then Drago Reed is on the team too. He's like the team leader for the girls or the team, however. And then he will go in afterwards. We're reporting on all this stuff going on too, and then we come out of it, and then we go and bust it in. Like whatever is going on. So there's some places where I do that as well. Yeah.
Was 15 the youngest you've been
No,
put
it's just
into?
in that one reality there,
Okay.
But there's so many, so
They
many.
must,
I mean, it's like just it's all sex club stuff. It's all about that kind of thing, It
well,
is.
my question is, are this is some other place like Ceres, for example. Are
Mhm.
these men doing the same thing, being put in a clone so they can do this with the whoever they want, or are they actually stationed in Ceres, or both, maybe?
These are like station, these are military, so this might be a 20 and back for them, because they're
Okay. Oh, I
visiting
see.
this place. Because it's like a high-end nightclub kind of thing. Because there's like a kind of looks like Moulin Rouge is what I see, and then it's like a lady who's like
Wow.
Veronica Lake or sultry singer, kind of
Uh-huh.
hypnotizing. And then so they're out there in the nightclub area, And then, but there's also a little section. Then this area is like a brothel area too. So there's a lot of brothels all over the place, and
I-
it's all kinds of stuff
this
going
just
on.
makes you freaking angry, man. I mean,
Yeah,
there's so many victims in this, and they're power. Like you said, you're trapped there,
yeah,
powerless. You can't escape. You're just going to be
you
killed and
can't.
repeat.
Yep. You learn, like, I guess it's wiped, but I guess after some time, maybe they probably some memory came back with that. So I must have died, that conscious fractal returned, and I got that full memory of being there. And then one of my friends, Leah, remembers being there too. So when two people remember the same place and memories and stuff, then that's
Right.
really something. So, and me
Yeah.
and Drago
Yeah.
remember a lot of stuff too. So more people are meeting on the internet. Like, I remember you from the program, so I can
Wow.
I can find a lot of
Mhm.
people that are in the super soldier, or even doing my readings and stuff. Then a super soldier has an energy
Well,
signature overlay. You can kind of see it. And that's a lot of us. A lot of us have done some part of a super soldier, even if it was not for us or something like that.
Well,
So
Christy, tell them what you do as far as your talents in able to retrieve their other aspects and, lost aspects or healing that
yeah,
you do
like
for
with my readings, I do the energetic Reiki scan so I can find pictures of their aspects. So they meet with me, and then I kind of get to know like their energy, and then they ask questions of what they want me to find. So I'll take like 4 days to just kind of search for information for them, like alters of them that come up, or just aspects of them that are in the program, that are in my lab, or even alien. So whatever kind of comes up, I have a like, ask your higher self to help me like find more information. So and they get like Reiki during this time. It kind of helps bring up the
hmm.
trauma. So, and I'm helping clear it.
Well,
And
that's part of
then
your service. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I help a lot of people that way. I've helped a lot of people with, and then we kind of have like, then they go to Drago, or they go to Sean Bond or Amir, Dr. Amir. So we kind of refer each other to each other. And so people get kind of like different perspectives of trying to figure it out too. Because people are
Well,
trying to figure things out. Like, why am I resonating with this now?
well, it sounds like you said earlier, you mentioned that you think you put yourself way down in the darkness intentionally, so and then brought yourself back out. You have this ability to relate to people who are suffering, and
Yeah.
you can help in their healing process. Maybe this is your starseed mission
Yeah, it
to
is.
help.
Definitely so. And then I've also had this reality where I've chosen to experience having a autistic child, and the
Oh yeah.
the the traumatic things that come with that I can relate to. A lot of the people who are more autism is uh becoming more of a thing now, more people are saying that they have autism now. So um
It
I am
seems like
relatable in a lot of ways.
and
Yeah.
you're strong. You're not like all.
Yeah.
That's why I
Oh
asked if
no.
you were depressed, but you're not. You're
No.
actually handling this, and you feel like we use the word fearlessness. You have fearlessness doing what you're
Yeah.
doing now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I think it's due to my son. I mean, I
yeah.
think that is. I mean, a lot of it, and the Reiki as well helps me. But I know he helped me to. I feel it that it came. A lot of it came from him through uh, all of that. There's so much time spent with him, and so many things going on for us. And because he's not all the time in his body. He leaves his body most of the time. So, but we work together in
Hmm.
many realities,
Yeah.
and such good team, me and him. So I know that that was a contract for us to go through this. So we're doing a lot of stuff together too. So
That's amazing,
yeah,
man. That's
it's
beautiful.
really layers of stuff.
Hmm.
So breaking it down is like, it's like a lot of books.
I I, I want to ask too. Surely you've probably seen. This is going to be very interesting or controversial, but I'm sure you've seen other famous people besides Mrs. Hillary and Bush. Surely there's others.
I mean, I have dreamed of Obama. I've seen him in a
Yeah.
dream before, where I was at a store place, and there was like a group, like a choir. I was part of this kids choir coming in. I don't know. And him and his friends was all there, and we had to go service all of his friends before, so that was just disgusting to me. I remember that. And then so I was really mad or something about this part of it because they was making me sing like in Spanish, and I don't know. I mean, I can sing Spanish, but I don't understand what I'm saying. And so I wouldn't sing. And then he came over and he was like crying or something, and he was like wanted me to sing, and I don't know, maybe they killed me or something. Then that's when I got my memory back or something, but I don't know. But I just remember him crying like a baby, like because I wouldn't sing, but I guess I don't know why he was crying. So, but he did. He was like vulnerable or kind of woman like, or I don't know. But that's it's a dream. So it was really weird, to dream that. It was so nasty. It was nasty.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's got a mixed gender identity with his wife supposedly. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've heard different people say, not just you, other people talk about these same three people, and I'm sure there's more. Donnie, we mentioned Donnie. They would purposely kill him over and over again. So he had to
Yep.
die many times, brought back for it's entertainment for these people.
It is.
So they're
Yep.
not just into twisted, distorted sex. They're also into all kinds
Death,
of despicable things like
killing, death,
blood,
the worst.
sacrifice, torture, I'm
They want
sure.
to see the worst. They want to see the worst ever. And that is, yay, that is best entertainment. Like at Montauk, there was like Preston Nichols and Al Bielek and then Stuart Swerdlow, and he's still here, but it was a different version of him that's there, clone bodies or whatever it is. But he was there, his consciousness, because I match him for this, and so them three together were they was all watching the like Arkeem Raw, and I remember him at Montauk, and he was one of the handler torture and stuff that had to do that to he was already done that there, but now he had to do that to my age. I was like 7, he was like 14 or 15 there. So he was one of the handler people, and I remember quite a few people there, that were. So, and James Rink and Joseph Powell and Max Spears was the main guys that I remember at Montauk. But that was a time loop. So they kept this as like these super soldiers, remote viewers, weapons. As children, we were weapons. They would send us in, and then we would all just psionic attack. Like, and then the whole place would just like die, or whatever. So we had all kinds of those kids there. We had all kinds of abilities, all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah.
Well,
So
I want to ask in this 3D timeline, are you able to have some of those abilities while you're here?
no, I don't have like those psionic. It's more those realities with that. So I guess it's amplified. It's like probably more dormant, maybe the DNA or so in this reality. So I don't, so I can do my mission here, because if I started doing those, I might end up someplace else, then not be able to do my mission. So I have to be grounded in this reality to help people and do this stuff. But I'm able to do the healing and energy wise, send Reiki and do that in my mind, and those abilities in that way, I'm able to do that.
Well, that's
in
something
my
you picked
mind.
up on your own. You didn't need no SSP to do that
Yeah,
for you.
no, it's innate within me. Yeah, for
Right.
sure. Yeah. So that's within my Native American side, because my grandmother had the, hands-on healing wise too. So that is within that side.
Are you aware of any future timelines, or off-world things that you've experienced?
With future wise, I don't really see the
If it's
like if it's all kinds of different time streams and stuff. So it's
Mhm.
like here and here, it could be in the past, or if it is the future, then it's sometimes I do see, but it's just only for a mission. It's like you were inserted into this place through a Stargate or something, and then go in and do the mission and then come back, so it's kind of like, and then we're mind wiped. So
Mhm.
a lot of that happens. But I don't just go there, so I don't have that kind of memory.
So
It's all programmed.
are they always doing mind wiping, or why are you able to remember some things now? Is that
Yeah.
just because of your
I
DNA?
Yeah, some of the, because some of the pieces came back, you know, some of the memories, like they're little pieces of puzzles. So it's not a complete thing because I wiped it, but some of that doesn't work, you know, after like maybe it wore off, or maybe it activated. So some reason some of the pieces of things come back. And you're like, I just remember seeing this, but I don't remember nothing else, you know. So that's all you got of that, you know.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
some of your higher selves or your praying mantis
Mhm.
guardian or someone's help that. Um,
Yeah, if
I've
it's
heard,
needed, if it's needed, probably, you know, like some of the thing I'm thinking, like if I don't need it really, then it wouldn't be shown or
yeah.
something too. Or
Hmm.
maybe it's just a repeat memory of stuff because it feels like they would send us to do where they could send us to remote influence a timeline so we could insert like go into a timeline and then a person and then influence their message they're giving or influence anything at all to change the timeline that they were wanting us to do at Montauk for their own good, you know, for the not good, the negative, you know. So they were wanting us to change things so it would come out to be a negative timeline for them. You know, they would be, things happened like this happened, and then another thing where the you know, we were sent in to change all that too. So it's like multiple streams happening. So yeah,
So
it's
this is kind of like the timeline or time wars or something.
yeah,
But
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
timeline
definitely.
one.
So yeah.
I wanted to
Remember you
ask you guys
sorry.
aren't a company or anything, but is there a way that people can look at your work or if someone's interested in your books, do you guys sell those online or just at conventions or?
Patty?
Yes, absolutely. So Christy Campbell CC33 on Amazon Books, and then Patti Paparazzi also on Amazon Books. And this is Christy is very talented. She writes right from her heart and her experiences and all her artwork, and then she is a self-publisher. So she does all of this basically with her energy, but for free. And then she puts it on Amazon. Amazon does all the work and sends and sells it. And so if you go on Amazon, Christy Campbell CC33,
Mhm.
that's all her books right there and her artwork as
Okay.
well. So
Yeah,
that's what
and
we,
yours too. Yeah, so that's what we kind of work together
yes.
on with that. And then
Hmm.
I also have my website. It's christycampbellcc33.com that I list all my services and there it's all there, you know, and then I have this my YouTube channel as well that I show
Yeah.
interviews that I'm doing. I'm doing an
Yeah.
interview tomorrow with Tyler Koala that he
Awesome.
interviewed me on in Sedona, and this was on Sunday. So I was armored up on Sunday, ready to battle after Saturdays being like put through all the microwave, you know, and I write light language on my arms and stuff to battle up like they may come alive or something just to kind of help me with that. And I just put on all my jewelry and I feel more armored, ready to go, you know, ready to battle and it's like it's invisible weapon, so we can't see it. It's nothing we have to beat up or nothing, but it's being being prepared and shielded and being
Mhm.
aware of it and going outside more because we just
Yeah.
went outside and stayed more
Hmm.
outside on Sunday.
A lot of
It was like,
grounding.
yeah, we got to get out of here, you know. This
Yeah.
is ridiculous. Yeah.
What about your books, Patty? Or how can people find out what you're doing? Are you going to start a
Yeah.
YouTube channel eventually, or are
So,
you going to?
I love doing like podcasts where you can talk with people about anything and everything and just getting together and meeting up
Mhm.
and, doing the grid work. And most of my books are just about my experiences to help others wake up and we are the change, for the future of our children, the future of the earth, the
Mhm.
planetary liberation. So, we're doing our job and we're just hoping that your YouTube is reaching. I saw 2.5 million on one of your Instagram videos you just
Yeah.
posted, like
That's
within
great. Awesome.
days or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That many
your work
people
is
are
great.
curious. They're
Yeah,
that
you have
curious
great work
about
too.
learning more about
Thank
the
you.
alien species. Because a lot of the
Mhm.
books just show the same, and I can't really. I'm more visual, so if I see a video, then I'll remember everything it's see that I'm seeing. You
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah.
like that. So a lot of people are more visual. So seeing that with an alien race and telling you about a little story and stuff, then that's more relatable than reading a book. And so
I also try to show that they're not all evil, because some people
yeah,
think
good.
all
Right.
aliens are evil. They're demons.
Yeah, right. That's
But
all
there's it's such,
programming.
yeah, it's
That is
ignorance.
programming. Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
Well,
it
lots
they're
of
all,
programmed, yeah,
yeah.
very much. And you attract that which you emit. So when you are in the hyper real and you're up and you're astral traveling, you have a high frequency. So you're already with the higher the better beings, the higher beings. And so that's where you want to always be. You don't want to entertain any of the negative energy because you attract what you feed. That's why we don't want to feed the news, feed the negative energy, feed the fear monger. And we want to create new earth in the high frequency and just living off the earth and connecting back with the earth as we change and shift. Everything shifts. We're in the shift now. We're on the new earth, and the human residence is going crazy. The energy's coming in. We're all activating, and we're like a whole other tribe. We're a whole new race, a new breed
well, I don't
that's
know
came
about
here.
I don't know about you guys, but I truly sense some shift in the human race right now. I mean, in the planet,
Yes,
I feel something
I feel it
major.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2025, you saw some of that, but 2026 is off the chart.
yeah,
And
yes.
I don't think that has,
Mhm.
it's not going to end or slow down. I
It's
think
not.
that's going to just expand
It's
and
keep
speed
going.
up.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Yeah.
a lot of the heaviness to push out all the like the DNA awakening kind of thing. So we feel all the sleepiness, so we're going to want
Hmm.
to sleep more so we can have more memory or rest, so we
Yeah.
can have so all the things. So it feels like more people are waking up to
They
things
are.
going on,
Yeah.
to the programs and all of this, and not looking at the news as much as they were
Yeah.
even a couple years ago.
Well,
Right.
after a while, you just lose interest in
Yeah.
all that stuff. Like, who
Like whatever,
cares?
they just repeat
Yeah.
it, like, oh my God, why
They're
are you
serving the
watching this?
system. They're
Yeah.
serving that system.
Hmm.
And they're going to find themselves eventually in the future. People aren't going to be. They're going to go out of business because no one's interested in that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's like,
Exactly.
We did have one question. I don't know if you guys can answer it. Sing Hon for me asked, "How can you release and heal from MK and
what?
demon spirits?"
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of say detoxing the body, clearing the chakras, energy healing. So there's lots of different things. It's like we're like onions having to peel all these layers of trauma that we've experienced over lifetimes and memories of things, and then more memories come up as we release it. So it's ongoing, it's because there's so
Yeah.
many demonic attacks here, like all the time. So you always have to be like
Mhm.
shielded up all the time, be aware of stuff energetically, and definitely when you're sleeping in astral, that happens a lot in
Hmm.
astral. So
It's an ongoing thing.
Hmm.
it is all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also learned from Tone and Rion about spiritual protection because as you rise in frequency and your gifts are turned on, your left ear ringing is your good side and it's your yes, it's your angels.
Right
But
here.
if you have your right ear
Mhm.
ringing, then you got a shield because you could have anything, happening. So you just always have to be aware and alert because we're on the front line here. we're the ones that know the information and we're getting it out. And so we're targeted the most, right now because
Well, you know what I think these conferences are? They're basically uh we're the extraterrestrial councils.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
Okay?
yeah,
yeah.
the
Hmm.
We're
guardians.
galactic brothers and sisters coming together in a conference to share this disclosure truth. This is exactly why we're attacked. This is why
Yeah,
you guys were
exactly.
attacked.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yep.
Hmm.
they don't want that coming
True.
out. So
No.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
conflict, right?
Yeah, they
yeah.
don't want us in a happy mood and
Yeah.
loving to each other. They just want us to sit there in a depressed mood and under attack, so you feel like
Mhm.
crap all day, you
They want
know?
you
Yeah, so when you heal
disempowered.
yourself though, when you're healing yourself, then you're good, but other people's now you're going to get attacked through other people, and
Mhm.
especially when you form a relationship with them or even a friend, a girlfriend, whatever, watch who you share your energy with because they still might have a shadow that's on the sideline, and it's unhealed and now it's attacking you. because you brought yourself into their drama or their frequency. So
Well,
you
yeah,
do have to watch who you do choose to be your
yeah.
friend and
You
who
have to be
you
very mindful. Be very mindful of relationships, conversations. Uh,
Yep.
these are,
text messaging. Even I had one come through the text message at me. Not
yeah,
even the phone, the text message, the internet. It's all frequency. It's not
Yeah.
actual physical. It's energy, and it's right here. If it,
we got to learn healthy boundaries, and
Yep.
yes,
Boundaries.
so
Yep.
yeah,
so man,
yeah.
this is a great honor to have you girls
My
on here. I
dog came
mean,
in here. My dog.
oh, hey puppy.
Aw,
He feels
baby.
like a Syrian dog.
Aw,
Yeah. He's
He's
missing
like
my
your little
dad.
he's
guardian.
He's
cute.
missing my dad because it's my dad's shadow.
Oh,
That's what it. But they went to see my sister, so he's. I
well,
try to help him,
you
feel
know,
better.
animals are psychic too, and they're also on a spiritual journey too.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
just
So,
wandered
Yeah,
up
yeah,
on our yard,
yeah.
and I said, "Oh," I said, "Come on!" And then he was so happy when I talked to him, and
yeah,
then he was sitting behind me on the porch, and my dad came up, and I said, "He said he wants to be here to be your protector,"
yeah,
this is what he said to my dad to tell my dad because my dad was hearing noises outside, hearing voices,
Mhm.
yeah,
and wanted to set up a whole perimeter of cameras. And then once he came, then he kind of relaxed a lot because he barks at anything outside. Yeah, so he kind of relaxed a lot. So he's my dad's kind of guardian. Yeah, for sure. So he listens really good to me too, and I give him Reiki all the time and everything. So he's
well,
a good dog.
this is a very important question. Regarding Reiki, because I know that some of the teachings say it's a reptilian healing system, but what's your honest, sincere opinion? Do you really think it's helped you and your son, and
Uh-huh.
it's a legitimate system, or can there also be negative versions of Reiki?
Sure. There's can be imposters, and I went to my teacher who is, we're certified Reiki masters, or they're certified, and it's not like just online. Not that that's bad, but I prefer to be in person with a teacher who
Yeah,
can be hands-on with me so I can ask questions, and she showed me, and then I took the whole course, so I could acclimate to these symbols and heal, and then more classes, and then heal, so you slowly learn how to do that. So Reiki isn't like you could just get a book on Amazon with the
yeah.
symbols, and then now you're a Reiki master, so that's not it, so there's that all over the place, like, okay, now I read a book on Amazon, now I'm a doctor, so so
Yeah.
there's that. that's
It's
the
like when
that's
you
what I
say
would say.
alchemy and they go right to Egypt and they're like, "Oh, you can't turn, coal into gold." Well, it's not about
They're
that in this
fake.
dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
right? It's about transmuting and
Yeah.
transforming, like the metamorphosis we're going through from the caterpillar to the butterfly as we expand in consciousness and become more powerful than anyone can imagine, and they don't wanna believe it, so that's their loss. We send them unconditional love, we hold space for them, and we go on our lovely way. And we don't, that's
You're
it.
so happy. Like the Reiki is, we all have that though within us, the ability for healing and stuff too. So,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just is when you take a course or on something, then you just learn the tools. So it's like tools that
Mhm.
I have. So yeah.
In your
So
mind. It's all in your mind. That's where it
yes.
starts.
Yeah,
And
I
like
think.
compassionate heart is the Karuna
And the
Reiki is
heart.
like the Kuan
Yes.
Yin. So that's what Karuna Reiki is like,
Mm,
compassionate heart. Yeah. So you're more compassionate with things. I noticed after the
Mhm.
Karuna Reiki, that's when I really started seeing a shift in my energy, like more calmness and um, just more calmness. I think
mm.
so. And because I think it just purged out all the darkness too, so it was being held within. A lot of it was, and then so it did purge a lot of it out, for me to face and look at and deal with
S-
the
s-
shadows.
So
Right.
it's definitely
Yeah.
helped you in your life, Reiki.
Definitely so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has been a process. I didn't get it online, the little certificate,
Yeah,
so
I'm a
yeah.
Reiki master, some
Hmm.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is just using your own discernment with people, because
Yeah.
they'll tell you you'll get certified, whatever this, if you come to pay $3,000,
Yeah,
and
3,000.
and then I'll give you
Yeah.
a printed out certificate that says that you're this, you know. So you just have to use your discernment, because there's all kinds of different tricks out
And
there.
that goes for anything out there. There's a lot of
Mhm.
people, fraudsters, and trying to just earn a buck, and
Yeah,
care less about fooling people. So,
right, right.
but
There is.
this has been a great transmission, you guys. This has been a huge honor.
Yeah.
We got to do this again, right?
Okay.
Seriously?
Yeah, we'd love to.
Yay!
Yeah, yeah.
And are you
We have a
doing?
lot of information. I know.
She's awesome. You definitely got to go to her YouTube and see all her stories. And she loves to talk. That's why I was like, come on, let's go to Christos Avatar.
Yeah.
We're gonna blend right in, you know?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
Are you?
definitely.
Do you do lives there too, or just?
I do live
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah.
Oh.
Or I'll just pre-record. Just depends on my what kind of what's going on, what time it is, and you know, so all that too.
Christos, I'm gonna send you her books. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Anuhazi. Yeah, I'm
Appreciate
gonna
it.
send that way you'll
Oh,
have them. So when you do another interview with her, you know, you have all some of the
Well,
stuff that you
you showed some of it on the camera. That looked awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah,
this is
here,
a,
this
like
one.
the shadow walker, like a
This is
this
her.
is
That's her higher self there too,
oh yeah,
Electra.
Electra, one of my
Yeah.
yeah. They're on Amazon. Yeah, all kinds of
Yeah, they're
experiences. I
all of them.
started writing about the ant people because more people were talking about the ant people, so I wanted to share my
Oh
perspective of the
yeah,
ant people,
Yeah.
you know,
Different
and
places and stuff.
yeah, because it's not just a
that's great.
military. Mine's
That's
more,
where the kids get locked up in the cages. That's a real
oh,
thing. And we're a
oh yeah,
conspiracy
yeah, that's
theorist. No,
Yeah,
we're the truth. The
yeah,
truth
yeah,
conspiracy.
that was a mission going on to rescue the a whole bunch of people locked up in those cages in a wall. And then there was a Pleiadian ship that was waiting above that cavern there. And we just put them on this platform. All of them, most of them were not living or almost dead. And so we had to
yeah,
carry them, this like Alpha Squad or however, you know, it's like just a small team, and then we would put them on this lift and they would be up on the Pleiadian ship to be healed, you know. So there's different maybe there's aspects of myself on the ship that's taking them up there and taking them to a med bed or whatever that
yeah,
would look like up there for healing. And then they just probably live there because they've been in that cage their whole life,
yeah,
you know. So lots of torturous things that even the aliens have this too, though. We're not the only people. Like, it's not the aliens doing this to the humans. Like the other
yeah.
humans do this to aliens too, or
Hmm.
to dogs and cats and all
Yeah,
kinds of
there's
stuff. You know?
sick, evil
Yeah.
consciousness. So.
Hmm.
But I
Yeah.
think that's what we're trying to do is we're trying to heal those aspects to our race, and we're trying to, like Patty said, a new earth. I mean, when we're all putting this awareness and awakening into a new timeline, we're going to create it. I
Yeah.
mean, we're
Yeah.
all powerful
It'd be,
We
beings.
are.
So,
mhm.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to
Yeah.
just be there now. I would really
yeah,
love it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
there. We are here. It's here.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
here. There's pockets of new earth everywhere. That's why we're
Yeah.
looking for land. We're traveling. We're
Hmm.
working the grids. You know, we're doing what we came here to do.
Hmm.
yeah. And we're more fulfilled when we know that we're actually working on a mission and helping
Yeah.
other people. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what we're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So
It's all
we'll
about
talk about a part two, you guys. Thank you so
Okay.
much for being here with me. It's a great honor. Much
Thank
love and
you for having
respect.
us. I
Yeah,
appreciate it too, for
you.
you
taking the
too.
time to do this.
I'm glad I met you
Yeah.
guys, seriously.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's do some more work together,
Wonderful.
co-create.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you
Yes.
to
Yeah.
everybody
Absolutely.
watching. Thank you, everybody. Thank
Yes.
you for
Thank
holding
you.
space.